Hi. Well, I was supposed to have do this video on what happened at the con. That one will come later. Right now, I have kind of a sobering thing to talk about. Apparently, I'm not sure if it was today or yesterday, but a trans woman was assaulted in a McDonald's and horribly beaten. The people who did the two girls who did it left the place and came back, and the McDonald's employees did nothing. In fact, one of them just sat there filming the damn thing, laughed at them, said it's a man, if I'm not mistaken, and just stared at her while she was having a seizure because they hit her in the head so many times. They ripped her earrings out, and she's lucky she didn't have to go permanently to the hospital. Again, I have to say, the McDonald's employees did nothing. They should have immediately called the police. They did not. Worse, the police do not count this as a hate crime. That's right. In a lot of ways, transgenders are now covered under hate crime law, and no one will classify what happens to us as a hate crime. They're claiming it's not for the same reason some other people who were horribly injured in the same way, other trans women and men, because no one actually said the words, "I'm beating you up because you're a transgender." Apparently, they classify hate crime the same way they classify rape. Unless someone says something, it obviously didn't happen. So if someone who didn't like trans women were to say, drive past, realize I'm trans, stop, come out, beat the hell out of me, and then rape me, and then rape me to prove that I am a man and not a woman, but didn't actually say why they were doing it, that wouldn't count as a hate crime. And if I was unable to say no for whatever reason, it wouldn't be rape either. This is fucking ridiculous. That poor woman, said something to someone, and then the girls just beat her up. They were 14. 14-year-olds. What is happening that... Yeah, it's all right, honey. Phone. I'll edit that out. What is happening that this is allowable or even possible? I mean, this has affected me really deeply. Because it could have been me. It could have been my wife or my fiancée, Raina. It could be any number of people we know. If you know any trans people, or if you are one, you're included in that. It could be anybody we know or any one of us. I'm going to post the link to this below this so you can take a look at what happened and read the comments. Read how many people say it's okay because it was a man getting beaten up. I've had been treated that way myself with a fight where people treated me like a man. I'm not. Hormones make me physically a woman, including the strength difference. We trans women don't have the same strength. And it doesn't matter anyway because we aren't men. Just as a trans man is not a woman. It's horrible to think that we are so marginalized and so in danger all the damn time, and it's ignored. I've told some people, by the way, you know how many of us die every month? At least one transgender dies every month. We are a very small percentage of the population. We're a minority of a minority of a minority. And one of us dies every month. And they don't classify it as hate crime because no one said hate crime. There was another story about a trans woman who was dragged behind a damn car. And they didn't classify it as a hate crime. They stated that, oh, it was an accidental dragging because they hit her on the way out. But they didn't mean to drag her along with the damn car. And she was murdered. And now this poor woman, for no reason. There's no reason. Why are we not protected? We're people. We are people. We are not a thing. We are not a freak. We don't do this because we want to hurt anybody. We don't do this because that we want to be against God or whatever other belief you have. We don't do this because of anything except that it is necessary. Just remember, if you're trans or you know a trans person, it could be anyone you know. It could be you. We deserve to be safe. I'm just a woman. That woman was just a woman. Trans men are just men. And all of us are human beings. Don't hurt us. Don't hurt us for what we are. It's not right.